Welcome back to Art of War 2 Global Confederation and welcome to Mission 6. The reconnaissance team reports that the adversary base is located northwards. It is well fortified. Routes of approach are mine-studded. It will be difficult to make our way through such a defensive. The enemy keeps on receiving reinforcements from the main base. It is essential to organize a solid defense as fast as one can and launch the offensive. We can use turret MRS to clear the minefields. Objectives: build a base, destroy the enemy base. And here we go, we've got a decent amount of forces here actually. Check out the map here briefly, so we're in this corner here. Got some flamethrower guys as well, we do have a barracks. And I've got two generators here, so that's great I guess. In that case, got a decent starting budget as well. Got a tech center here right now. And then, I guess, some defenses. To see where the enemy's gonna be coming from exactly, but yeah. Okay, so there's actually just mountains there. Let's maybe just build you here. This is actually a fairly defensible position, I think. Okay, let's build you here and then see how things go. I will not have enough power here, I think, so I should probably research. Reinforced engines, reinforced generators. Where was that? I think building up. There we go. Building upgrades are further down the line. Okay. Let's just see how this goes. One of you here, the flamethrower guy, you can explore a little bit here. I want to see whether this is open or also closed off. Looks like it's closed off. Yeah, looks pretty closed off. Same deal here, please. Which could be open. I'm not quite sure about that. Let's see. Technologies are being researched here. I probably want a factory. That sounds like a great idea. War Bunker Technology Center, Machine Factory. Yeah, that sounds pretty great to me. Here we go. Oh, so you're going around here. Okay, well, whatever. Gonna get yourself killed here now, but that's fine. You're expendable. That guy is surprisingly sturdy. How can he survive so much? I guess this. Okay, so they can actually come from that side there. Didn't see that one coming, I have to say. Guess I should have built at least one rocket turret there as well. But I also want the... Yeah, they're coming from here too, so I need some defenses there as well. This is quite a substantial amount of troops. Thankfully I've got flamethrower vehicles here, so that's great. And also these missiles here, they make short work of these folks. Let's get the incentive system and then the finance department, so I can get my finances up here. We come over here, might want more defenses there too. Factory. No, I think this is it for 2 months. I don't really have money anyway, so whatever. I'm gonna leave you here. Yeah, so they tell us to use the rocket launchers here to clear the minefield. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Not sure that one, but yeah, we'll see. Getting a nice amount of money here. I really should have built a bunker here further up, but never mind. Let's just... Incentive system, finance department, yes please. We need better accounting. Essential for the war effort. So this is all infantry it seems, at least from this specific location here. So should I just build a bunker there? I have to see. Like just one bunker may not be enough to do the job here. Let's see. A little more money, please. There we go. That is a little more money. Build you here for now. You here take step back. Thank you. I think these guys here alone should provide me with a decent amount of income. You're definitely gonna need a rocket tower there as well. You know what, you all stay here for the time being because I'd like to make sure the bunker will actually see the light of day there. There we go. Actually, do you have enough power for that? I may not have. So we better get a generator here as well. Which should be up and running before the rocket launcher is. Sure, you just get in here. There's plenty of vehicles coming here as well, so it's not just infantry coming from this direction. Maybe I should have built these a little bit further back actually, because I don't really need the extra space. But whatever. So this is less than ideal because those base defenses aren't ready yet, so I guess it's time. Then again, I guess that did actually work out for you, didn't it? I come over here. You take a step back here. So, lots of things to build here. But we already have a lot of tech here, which is actually nice. You don't need to wait forever. Heavy shells here, reinforced engines, energy armor. That's pretty good. Let's get heavy shells here first. I also need the rocket launchers on my Zeuses here, because that strikes me as something useful to have. Got plenty of power now with 3 generators. Let's wait here a little bit. So one of you here can please, since you seem to be fairly sturdy, which I guess is also because you have all those upgrades, you're just going to walk over here and then you're probably going to die already. I don't think you're going to make it that far, but you know what? You never know. Are the upgrades going? I think I'm going to get all the upgrades here because it's already difficult enough to crack enemy defenses here. Energy armor, fast recharging. Super RS, yeah. Reinforced engines, which... What was energy armor again? Yeah, that sounds good to me. This rocket guy can also help defend the front here. Let's see. I might build one more there. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Namely here, yeah. He actually took quite some damage here. Not too much, but yeah, if they bring their deployable tanks, then we might be in trouble. Just have to see what the deal is right now. These guys have really struggled to break through my defense, but this is not their heavy stuff. Still, the rebels have lots of material here. Damage diagnostics. Yeah, that's pretty good as well. I'm just gonna get all of these. I need my machines to be as powerful as they can be. Could build these defenses like slightly differently, but never mind. I think you here should take a step back because in case I ever need anyone mobile, maybe it's good to have at least one good tank here. There we go. I wish they would throw more cheap units at me so to have an easier time gaining money from that. But let's see. Wait, that's the main building here. I want the research center. Fast recharging, that was... yes. It looks pretty good as well, yeah. Yeah, I just want these guys to be as powerful as they can. And then I can start building up an army. And right now my income is also kind of low-ish. I could get a second headquarters, but I'm not sure that's really worth it. Yeah, I'll have to see. I could forward some of my defense here actually by like blowing up that bunker. But I think right now it doesn't really seem to be necessary. I think you here have, or you've recovered pretty well, so right now I think we're good here. Yeah, I'm still not sure about that minefield, because if there's a way to force fire on the ground, then I'm not aware of it. Now that's quite a lot of stuff coming after me. I might actually lose the base defense here if I don't watch out. One more reason to... There we go, to power up everyone. Oh, well, mainly the Zeus, my generally best unit. That way I should be able to... Actually, how far did... So that guy I sent out at one point, that didn't get far at all. Compared to that other guy. Who I think ran only in basic infantry, possibly without upgrades. I'm not sure the AI actually has these upgrades. There's a decent chance they do not. Do I actually have the sturdy building upgrade? I'm not quite sure. I should double check, because that might actually be rather useful here. First, I probably should have gotten that a little bit earlier, because that would be something I would benefit from right now. Whereas plenty of other upgrades aren't really all that relevant. But if you only have a couple of assault units shooting your bunkers here, they actually regenerate faster than they would. Then they take damage, that is. Oh, here's a turn MRS, yeah. Turn 10, reinforced generator. So I already have all of this here. There's a great assembly line. Sure. $999. Well, not anymore. Thankfully, my other defense can actually support this line here too, because these rocket launchers have a very long range. Possibly too long, in fact. So can the MRS detect mines also? It's not quite clear. But we'll see. For the time being, I'm still building up nicely here. Should we just get a second HQ? I might just do that. Let's do that. Get it up down here. There we go. Got all of these upgrades here. Unlock the MLRS. Very expensive upgrade here. Goodbye you. One issue here might be that I actually turned off the tutorial, which I probably shouldn't have done. It was possible that that tutorial actually explained the deal here, but we'll see. Build up a nice army and then worst case you just smash right in that minefield and clear it out the hard way. That's also possible. You are on your way here. Do you want a second machine factory here too? Yes, I do. There we go. Yeah, unless their attacks further intensify, and they send like a lot of their deployable tanks, which they haven't done at all yet. We should be good here. And these defenses are recovering. I still might have access to like 1 or 2 more buildings here. We'll see. Okay, then let's not bother with... There's like 100 credits cheaper. I guess you don't have to do the base development here. But whatever. How are you doing? You're available now. That means money should start flowing here a little bit more swiftly. The radar, I'm not sure whether the radar allows you guys to aim at enemies earlier. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. We shall see. For the time being, let's get a lot of Zeuses here. Namely, 50. That's our new limit. That'd be great, obviously. Let's see. Yes, there's just a fairly mundane description here. That's actually... Okay, that's pretty good. So let's see anything else I want here. Maybe... Sure, it's got the alarm system here, not the radar system. Okay. Heavy rockets, ultra long covers a vast territory but requires time for recharging. To begin, this thing should be turned into siege mode. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we need that for that. I guess... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna stick with Zeus's here for now. Ah, there we go. Now they sent these guys here. So now I'm in trouble here as well. Yeah. Now they're breaking through my defense here as soon as I start sending those guys. Yeah, that was to be expected, I guess. So what I'm going to do now, I'm gonna rebuild those defenses here, but a little bit closer to my line here. Why can't I... Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Yeah, that explains it. There's indeed a reason why I can't build this. But let's see. A little bit of income here, please. There we go. Because I'm also producing vehicle. That's actually not what I want to build here. Didn't want the locator here. Favorite item from More Mania, which I have played as well. Okay. More money, please. Come on. No. I think the vehicles here were built the second I got like the new influx of cash. Yeah. Happened both at the same time here. But that's why I'm effectively not getting any money here. But I'm getting a lot of Zeus tanks here. That's nice too. That is appreciated. Yeah, I think if you have a vehicle queued up, then the money's going to be deducted essentially immediately, so you don't really... never shows up on your account. Yeah, there we go. Same deal here. You know what? That is fine. So how big is this map here again? Fairly sizable, but not like massive. Okay, you come over here. There we go. There we go. This is exactly what I need you here for. So you now have maximum upgrades. Can you fire on the move? Not quite sure about that. Anyway, you should last a little bit longer than a single flamethrower guy, I hope. We'll find out. Just everyone come over here. You're also regenerating reasonably fast, which you really should, because I have a regeneration upgrade for you. Because worst case, I can just build 50 of these guys and then murder my way through the enemy base, because unless they cheat regarding... Okay, so let's just check out the situation here. But there's really... How many mines there are actually? I've got bunkers here, but this might just be a defensive line. I'm not even convinced this is the actual base, because it seems to be too far south. Question is, does the computer cheat when it comes to the build limit? They might. Also, are they going to rebuild all of this here? There's a lot of defenses, I have to say. So this is, yes, just here. Actually, you know what? Maybe that isn't so far away from the actual base. As in, like, where all the important buildings are and whatnot. Let's check out this area here and see. No? Still just more defenses. That's fine. I mean, this is a comparably small amount of units I have here. I can train a lot more, and I'm allowed to train something that's not just... Yeah, some mines here, but we don't actually take that much damage here. They are rebuilding behind me here. Okay, so far it's only these guys here, sure. Yeah, the defense are being rebuilt behind us. Sure, whatever. And these are their most powerful tanks. Yeah, these guys here are gonna fail, but I'm gonna get a good impression here. So that's good. Yeah. Just need to build up more guys, like an army of like, I don't know, 30 guys or so. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. You can die there. Let's just have a look at the map here. Yeah. So this was actually reasonably close to. So I was looking here. Only 35 units in the queue. We can fix that. I think the Zeus here are still the right choice. So now I've got 16 in total. So that means I'm probably going to go to like 30, because last time I had, I think, 17 or so in that group, and they got reasonably far. So if I have about twice as many, like a roundabout, then I have the feeling we can achieve some greatness here. Okay, let's go through the tech center here one last time, just in case there's in fact anything I have not researched that has any sort of relevance. But I think I may have researched literally not rapid infantry training. Also not the communication system. I do not care about any of those. I'm sorry. Being 2 factories is the maximum. I could build yet another headquarters, but I'm not sure how quickly that is actually going to like grant me more money, because I think the money you get from a headquarters is reduced by 30% for each additional headquarters. So I assume that means the first headquarters gets you 100%, the next one 70%, the next one a 40%, and not. So that would be. Let's say you get like 100 credits and you got 70, like 170, you got 210 in total. Whereas if it was everything was reduced by 30%, it actually would amount to the same thing. So never mind that. So just doing some non-mathematician here, okay? I'm also wondering how many towers have they rebuilt. Like, should I move out now? You know what? Maybe I should just do that. Yeah, maybe I should just do that. I know I'm being impatient here, but it might be worth to strike before they rebuild everything. I mean, if I can destroy the headquarters, I can't do it, but I assume the headquarters are probably just in the very back of their base. So once I've destroyed that, I guess they're gonna be done anyway. Rebuilding or not. These guys are still pretty tough, but if just you, I'm not super scared. Come over here, please. And then, yeah, we're just kind of gonna go northeast. And then we should be good. Yeah, I know I can build MRSs and whatnot, but I have the feeling just building whatever the beefiest tank is I could possibly have still strikes me as the way to go here. Also, these guys can fire on the move, which is actually pretty good, because not all units can do that. And considering that I don't want to have to micro these guys here too much, this seems entirely reasonable. There we go. You're all dead. This wave here will be absorbed then as well, and you're going to give me money. And let's just see how much. I might run into more mines, but I probably have diffused a couple of them here already. Like the hard way, that is. Okay, there's definitely some defense have been rebuilt, but there's also some defenses that haven't come back. Okay, do you have to go through here? Because this seems to be even more for Gauntlet? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe concentrate your fire here a little bit. So you can shoot over the wall, so you don't need to shoot through it. But I guess you also need to... Yeah, I'm not sure, is this the way to go? The other way seemed a little bit easier, but then again I'm kind of wondering why that would be the case. Whatever. Are they rebuilding here? No, oh actually, okay, so there's stuff here. I'm not sure whether that's all their stuff, but it's definitely some stuff. It might just be that their base is just this big. Okay, just come in here. Sure, works for me. Let's blow everything up. Even if they... Lots of power plants, so let's cut their power if possible. There's a headquarters. Do they have more than one? I guess I can build more than one, so I guess the AI could do that as well. Are we actually at the... We're at the edge of the map here. I'm so far up I can't even see all the buildings. So I'm also wondering, is this mechanically... Are those like two bases? I'm not sure. What I'm sure about is that I'm gonna get myself some reinforcements here. There we go. And then come over here. Very good. You know, these guys have already achieved some good things here. Yeah, they might have a second headquarters. I have to be ready for that. But yeah. For now, let's just blast our way through here. I don't think I need to get fancier than Titans with Titans. Zeus's. Zeus's with maximum upgrades. It seems to be sufficient here. There's quite a few of you here. I think I should probably take you out. Yeah, I think I should. There's only 10 of these guys here left. Oh, I accidentally turned you into that group here, but yeah, whatever. Just come over here. I can fix it. So you guys are here. Want to select that group, not. Also, not that many of those guys left, but sure. So there are rebuilding, so I do have at least one more headquarters. But I've got 14 guys here, that's pretty decent. So you take... Okay, there's actually more mines here. That's okay, if I run over more mines, eventually all the mines will be gone. And they don't really deal that much damage to the... Like my heaviest vehicle with the maximum amount of upgrades, admittedly. More bunkers here, sure. Concentrate your fire here. These don't deal that much damage, but it does add up eventually. And there's quite a few of these buildings. They're definitely over the build limit. Or at least what would be the build limit for like a measly human like myself here. But here we already have structures, as in like that aren't just base defenses. Which fall a lot faster because base defense are considerably tougher than most other structures. Though to be fair, half their structures also have guns. Which doesn't make things easier. There's the second headquarters. You know what? Let's focus fire on that. No more rebuilding after this. There we go. And here we go. Is that it? It is. In fact, it. There we go. Lots of things destroyed here. Lost 3 buildings. Yeah, this wasn't actually all that bad, mainly because the rocket towers are really good at defending your base. In fact, I don't think the AI can send, at least in this mission here, they can't really send enough units to overcome those. And I know you can build the MRS and deploy it, and it's long range, etc, etc. But to be honest, you already have a really tough tank that does regenerate, can fire missiles, has a good range, does it on a go, and can drive over a mine without immediately being destroyed. And that really is enough. You don't really need more than that. So build the Mammoth equivalent or the Apocalypse tank equivalent and you're generally good. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.